After watching our previous video, you now know how to start a sketch. However, now you're probably left wondering, what do I do after starting a SolidWorks sketch? Well, if this is you, stay right here with us, as we will be going over how to create 2D geometry in SolidWorks. We'll be going over things like where to find and access your SolidWorks 2D sketch tools, the different tools and 2D shapes you can start creating, and how to use these sketch tools coming up. Hey, what is up, inventors? Welcome to another video where we teach you the skills to design and develop your product ideas with the 2 S's and the 1 C. My name is Wilfredo Perez Carbajal, and in today's video, we're going to be going over how to make 2D geometry in SolidWorks. Odds are that if you watched our previous video, you now know how to start a sketch in SolidWorks. And if you know this, then the next step in the design process would be to start creating the 2D shapes that will allow us to create our envisioned 3D models. So here I am with a sketch started, as you can see from the 2 red arrows at the center of the screen and the editing sketch text in the status bar. From here, what I want to do next is locate the set of 2D sketch tools that will allow us to create 2D shapes. Now to do this, I will navigate over to the sketch tab of the command manager, which will reveal a variety of shapes we can use. Briefly going over the shapes at our disposal, we have access to lines, circles, rectangles, partial circles, ovals, also officially known as ellipses, capsule-like shapes, officially known as slots, hexagons, or officially known as polygons, and points. We also have access to curved lines known as splines and round corners known officially as fillets, but these are more advanced. Now, for some of these are not their official names, but I decided to name drop them this way to give you a general sense of what they are. You'll notice that the majority of these tools have a drop-down arrow next to them, giving you access to variations of the same sketch tool. These variations often give you different ways of creating a shape depending on your design needs. For instance, you can create a rectangle by setting the location of 2 diagonally opposed corners, or by setting the location of the rectangle's center followed by one of its corners. Now, I won't be going in depth into each one of these 2D sketch tools, as that is not the purpose of this video, but I will be giving you a brief overview on how to use them. You might have noticed from the rectangle example that the moment I left-clicked the rectangle sketch tool, a set of options regarding that tool appeared over to the left on the manager panel, replacing the feature design tree that we typically see. This is normal. This set of options is called the property manager, and it contains different tool settings you can change depending on the tool you are using. So you can expect the shown settings, or properties as they are officially known, to be different for each individual sketch tool. For instance, here we have the ones that would show up for the circle tool, and here we have the ones for the line tool. The property manager will replace the feature design tree when a tool is in use, and will go away once we are done using that tool. Now, when some of the 2D sketch tools are selected, the property manager will show you how the shape will be created depending on the order in which you click the left mouse button. Okay, let me show you what I mean. For instance, when creating a corner rectangle, you can see by the selected graphic that in order to create the rectangle, we need a total of 2 clicks. From the image, we can also tell that the first click will determine the location of the bottom left corner, and wherever we click second will determine the location of the top right corner. Similarly, if we instead use the circle tool, you'll see that there are similar graphics available for us to use as a reference. You can see from this image here that when sketching a circle, wherever our first left click is, will determine the location of the center of the circle, and the second click will determine how big the circle will be. As you can see, these are great references for getting a sense as to how to make each of the different 2D shapes in SolidWorks. If you're finding this video helpful in learning how to make 2D shapes in SolidWorks, please let me know by hitting that like button, and also please share this video and the channel itself with anyone you might know who might be interested or is interested in learning 3D design. Okay, let's get back into the video. Once you are done making shapes with the selected sketch tool, you can stop using the tool by clicking the green check mark in the top left corner of the property manager, or simply by hitting the escape key on your keyboard. However, it is good to know that not all of the SolidWorks 2D sketch tools have these handy graphics available. For instance, while playing around with the different tools, you'll notice that the line Ellipse, and Polygon options don't show these graphics when selected. For the line tool, you simply use it by first clicking wherever you would like to start your line, and then clicking again wherever you wish to end it. However, after doing so, you'll notice that the line tool is still active, as you can still keep on creating more lines. You can keep clicking around to make more lines if needed, or if you are done placing lines, you can hit the escape key on your keyboard to exit out from the tool. For the ellipse tool, the first click places the center of the ellipse, and the following 2 clicks determine the width and the height of it, as well as its orientation. And as for the polygon tool, the first click places the center of the shape, and the second click determines the size and orientation of it. Fortunately, if you are ever confused or forget how to use a specific tool, hovering your mouse cursor over some of the sketch tools will give you a preview on how to use it. You can use these short animations as reference guides to the order in which your left mouse clicks will create the 2D shapes. Now, shortly we will be going over how to delete unwanted sketches, but before that I want to present you with a challenge. This week I would like for you to start getting familiar with the different 2D sketch tools in SolidWorks. Now, you don't need to master them, and in fact I don't expect you to, but I do want to encourage you to start practicing and getting comfortable with them. This way, in the future, if you ever forget how to use one of the specific tools, you'll feel confident and relaxed in your ability to not only learn it again, but also knowing where to find the resource to do so. So start messing around with the sketch tools and see if you can use a combination of them to create things like a simple house outline, a stick figure, or even the outline of a spaceship like the ones you normally see in cartoons. And again, no worries if you can't or if you struggle with this. There are still more things you have to learn. So if you're not currently able to achieve this, your current skill set should at least be enough to make some cool abstract art. Now, whether or not you've taken the time to practice, I want to pass on a question to you. Which of the sketch tools feels the most natural to you, and which one would you like me to cover at a deeper level next? Let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, let's go back to the main material. In the event that you accidentally create a shape you don't want, you can get rid of it by selecting it using the left mouse button and then hitting the delete key on your keyboard. Or you can simply right click the shape and select the delete option among the list of options that pop up. If you instead have a lot of unwanted shapes and want to delete the SolidWorks sketch itself, you can click on the red X icon in the top right corner of the graphics area. Once you do, SolidWorks will ask you if you wish to discard changes to the sketch, and choosing to do so will bring you out of the sketch and will delete it. So if you wish to continue sketching after this, you'll have to start a new sketch. Now, if this is something you don't know how to do, then you'll want to check out our tutorial on how to start a SolidWorks sketch. You can find it linked in the top right corner of this video or down in the description. So there you have it. That is how you make a 2D sketch in SolidWorks, or at least an overview of the SolidWorks sketch tools. I'll see you in the next video.